Hi, Kevin Coop here, and this is FaceTime with the Content Guy. Okay, first I want to warn you, this is going to be a rant, and it may not be pretty. Here's the thing, I have this 19-year-old daughter, and for as long as I can remember, one of the things she loves most to eat is meatballs. Just loves meatballs. But I can't always make fresh meatballs, so it's always been our habit to sort of lay in a supply of frozen meatballs in the freezer. So if she's home by herself, she can, take them. She throws them in a little vodka sauce. She's a happy person. And, you can't put a premium on having a happy, in this case, 19-year-old. And the meatballs that we've been using for a long, long time are by this company called Rosina's. Rosina's Italian meatballs. Those are her favorites, and we've been getting them for years at Stu Leonard's. It's been great. But the thing is, Stu Leonard's this year isn't carrying them during the summer, and I'm assuming that's in part because, normal people don't eat a lot of meatballs when the weather's hot. I guess we're not normal people around our house. My daughter's going to eat meatballs 12 months a year. So I decided what I was going to try and do, because I'm going to be away for the month of July. I'm going to be in Oregon. I thought what I would do is I'd try and lay in a supply of meatballs, because we were getting a little thin in the freezer. So I thought I'd lay in a supply of meatballs so she'd have plenty to get her through the summer before she goes back to college. So basically there were two ways to go about it. I decided to do them both simultaneously. I reached out to Stu Leonard's to find out if maybe I could buy a case or two of meatballs. I had no idea how many bags were in a case. And basically I went through the process, and they said, sure, we'd be happy to order for them. So that's great. But at the same time, I was reaching out to Rosina's, which is this meatball company in Buffalo, New York. Okay, and I gather they're not a very big company, but I reached out to them, and basically, I went on their website, and it was just a pain, because they were asking for SKU numbers and all sorts of stuff that I just didn't think they needed to answer this particular question, which was, where in Fairfield and Westchester County can I buy Rosina Italian meatballs during the summer? Very simple question. I called their customer service number. I left that message. I gave them my name. I gave them my cell phone number. Asked them to call me back with the information. Well, they don't call me back. However, about 3 or 4 days later, I actually get a letter from Rosina's in the mail. I get a letter from Rosina's in the mail. And I was a little surprised by this, because I'm pretty sure I didn't give them my home address when I left the voicemail message. I'm pretty sure I just gave them my name and my cell phone number. Well, this suggests to me, because I probably identified Fairfield and Westchester counties, that they had to look me up. And they got my home address. Well, that's a nice thing, I guess, to do. And one could argue that, okay, they're being old-fashioned in their customer service approach because they wanted to send an actual paper letter. Yes, you could argue that. You would be wrong. Because this paper letter did nothing but piss me off. Basically, they take 4 paragraphs in this paper letter, which is a form letter. They take 4 paragraphs to tell me about all the different products they sell and how wonderful they are. 4 paragraphs. Then there's a short paragraph in which they say, oh, and by the way, we're including a coupon in this envelope. There's no coupon in the envelope, but that's a small problem. The big problem is, after this letter, what they do is at the bottom there's a little handwritten note. And the handwritten note says, you can find our Rosina Italian-style meatballs at Stu Leonard's in Norwalk, and a little smiley face. I hate smiley faces. I know I sound like Louis Black here, but they have no business in this kind of letter. And the thing is, I told them in the original voicemail why I was calling. I usually buy them at Stu Leonard's. They're not carrying them during the summer. Is there another place I can buy them? They didn't listen to my message. They just sent me the old form letter, said Stu Leonard's has them, and that's it. And this really ticks me off, okay? Now, listen, Stu Leonard's has saved the day on this one. They're going to get us the meatballs. My daughter's going to be happy. We're going to keep eating them. But these guys, through utter incompetence and not paying attention to a very simple message, managed to risk turning a customer who was an enthusiastic, long-term consumer of their products into a shopper who's really ticked off at this point because they didn't pay attention. This stuff isn't hard. This isn't rocket science. This isn't brain surgery. This is listening to the damn message. And it really ticks me off when companies, this is what they got to do in the marketing department, is listen to your customers. And if they can't do that right, what else are they getting wrong? And this is a cautionary tale for any marketer. Because here's the other thing. They managed to tick me off, and I'm telling thousands of people about it right now. You tick off any customer. And because of social media, because of the internet, you're not just ticking off one customer, you're ticking off lots of people. And no marketer these days can afford to do that. These guys are a nightmare. I can't believe they did it. It just seems to me they're just lucky that at the end of the day, my daughter really likes Rosina Italian meatballs, because I'd be looking for another product if I could. Anyway, that is what's on my mind this Thursday morning, and as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.